Good evening, and welcome to WANA Live, the reading series of the Writers Association of Northern Appalachia. I'm your host, Damian Dressick. This is your other host,
Christina Fasonic. Notice that I'm in Wheeling, West by God, Virginia tonight, where I always am broadcasting from pretty much. How are things over in Slippery Rock, Damien?
I just spent an hour and 20 minutes in traffic. Beyond the hour and 20 minutes I normally spend in traffic, my spirits are undiminished.
Well, maybe we can do even better with our guest tonight. I am so excited to bring Jess Weibel on the show tonight. We have known Jess for, I don't know, I think it's maybe been almost 5 years or something, but we'll find out from her. She probably knows better than I do, at least 4 years. Let's bring her on and we'll talk about it. Jess.
Yay.
So
Good evening.
I was just saying backstage, on the air while you were backstage, that we've known you, I think,
4 years.
Probably 4 years.
In 2018?
Yeah. It might have been 2018.
Yeah,
2017 is when we started the whole writers meetings and things were happening here. 2018-ish is around when we were probably, things were percolating and we were probably catching wind of one another and making our introductions. And then 2019 is when we really I think all of us hit the ground running on our projects.
Absolutely. And so let's tell everybody about what you do and where you are right now and all the initiatives that you've been involved in. And I want to say before you do that WANA is always going to be indebted to the Watershed because you've been so supportive of our work. And we're really thankful for that because we need community so much. And I know that is also your emphasis. So tell us about what you all have been doing up there in Brookville.
Yeah, I'm so glad you said that because I feel like our organizations and our efforts are like kindred spirits in many ways. We're bringing the same kind of mission and energy to what we're doing, the same heart for writers and readers in our region. And also it's my goal here tonight to cheer up Damien after his terrible traffic situation. So I'm laying it on thick here for Damien. All right.
It's appreciated.
So the Watershed Journal, we incorporated it as a 501c3 nonprofit in 2019. But that all came to be because a group of writers in Brookville got together, Brookville and the surrounding areas, Clarion, DuBois, Punxsutawney. We all got together and we were just kind of dreaming up things that we could do and ways that we could be published or support one another's work or, encourage one another in whatever the writer journey that we were on. So that turned into a literary magazine that we published on our own. And that turned into bringing more people in who were excited about seeing their name in print and the validation of that, but also the connection of storytelling and these shared experiences that we have being from the same place. And then that turned into a nonprofit organization with a big mission to support all of this regional storytelling and connection and community. And then that turned into having a bookstore. And then that turned into a different bookstore with a bigger location. And then that turned into very recently in October, the biggest location yet. And I think we're very settled into our new home because it is so accessible and accommodating to people wandering in. It's a destination for Main Street Brookville, but it's also, such a great space for writers to get together and to showcase their work and sell their books and readers to discover what we have in our region here.
That's excellent. By the way, I've done some back of the envelope calculations as you've been talking about this, and I was thinking about the size of the bookstores. And according to my back of the envelope here, by 2035, if you keep increasing in size at the same frequency, you will cover all of Venango County with the bookstore.
Yeah, exactly right.
They'll rename Venango County. They'll rename it the Watershed County. So tell us a little bit more about the Watershed Journal, because I know that it's really how things got started, and it is an absolutely beautiful publication. I'm so impressed with it, and I've been impressed all along with the fact that it is a publication, like you said, with the bookstore, that is accessible to so many writers, that there isn't you know, a gatekeeping sort of function to your journal, but it's really representative of writers throughout your part of the region, and that's very intentional. So, could you talk a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. Thanks for saying that, because we're really proud of we're on 22 editions now. We just did our fall edition. So it's crazy. We publish 4 editions a year. So it's quarterly. It's kind of wrapped into a seasonal, a lot of times seasonal themes and things like that, and images and writing that comes to us. But yeah, it's really based on this idea and this mission of inclusivity. And, I know we've talked a lot and had a lot of conversations about what that means and what that looks like, and how, by creating an inclusive environment and an inclusive publication and platform for writers, you're really bringing in everyone and allowing for the greatest, richest, most diverse collection of work. And so instead of casting our nets far and wide, and then deciding to be highly selective according to some kind of taste, subjective taste, or rubric of literary quality, or however other publications might approach selection of work, ours is really just rooted in supporting and representing the 11 counties in the Western Pennsylvania wilds that are eligible. Writers from these counties are eligible. Or if you're writing about the region, then that's another pathway to eligibility for us. But it really is representing those voices. And I find that, it's a very tall order to think that one can select work that's going to resonate with an audience, with a popular audience, or a broad group of people. It really is like, if I was going to pick and choose what I thought was going to resonate with readers in our region, I don't think I would do a great job because I'm always surprised at how things connect with people and how people connect through this publication. And I think that kind of orchestration would go against really this kind of community building that we're doing here. So I'm always excited to see new submitters. I'm always excited to meet new writers, and I'm most excited to see how they're meeting each other and connecting with one another, and where they go from there.
Yeah, that is as you know, an important part of our mission too, is making those connections and growing our sense of what is writing in this region, what is who is writing, what are they writing about, and how can they meet each other and grow that and strengthen that community to get these works out into people's hands, to find readers. Obviously there are writers who write and write and write and never have readers beyond a closed circle, but most of us who write want to find readers, and readers who appreciate our work. And I think that is it's such an important part of your mission. That's exciting, because it is true that, you have guest editors for most issues, right, of the magazine journal. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, we try to find someone, because we're not necessarily making selections based on who's in and who's out, but we do make selections based on, print versus online. If we have an abundance of submissions, or we make selections for a featured writer for each edition. And so that is where our guest editor comes in. And usually it's somebody who is, within our region or connected in some way, but someone who's not necessarily, because, Sarah Rossi, who's our creative director, and she manages the bookstore and our operations here. She and I have really gotten to know everybody very personally, and either through their work or through their presence here and involvement in what we're doing. And so for us to be making selections, it's like it became really difficult. And so we wanted to bring somebody else in to help with that and kind of bring fresh eyes to the body of work that was coming to us.
Well, it's also great that you guys are quarterly. You're not only giving readers, you're not only giving writers an opportunity to submit 4 times a year, but you're also, putting something in front of readers multiple times a year, which, as so many university sponsored literary journals, particularly print journals, have had their budgets slashed to the point of non-existence, to see you kind of your journal fighting against that trend and coming out consistently, and it is if you have a copy, I usually ask before, but do you have a
I do. Can I go?
oh so
And maybe everybody will get kind of a peek
Yes.
of our book
oh wow
situation and the Christmas tree. So
oh my
I can.
Yes, please. I was going to ask for a tour, but I didn't want to impose. It is amazing.
This is our regional author selection. We just had a couple come in today and buy a couple regional author books. So there's a missing stand there, but that was one of the really great things about what we're able to do is, people coming in from out of town or, all over the place. And then they're discovering these regional authors. And so we have this beautiful display for them now, which I'm really excited about. We also have our award-winning Christmas window display.
Wow.
Which I'm very grateful to
It's
the
like
wonderful
Bergdorf Goodman in there.
Jeannie put in so much time on this and just made it so beautiful. And so, yes, but Damien, I digress. You were asking about the Watershed Journal.
And look at that. Isn't that, you guys do such a great job with that.
This is all Sarah Rossi. She is just absolutely, with 22 editions under her belt, she just keeps getting better and better in what she's able to do. So this was our recent fall edition. Next up is winter edition, and submissions actually open for that on December 4th. So keep an eye out. Anybody who wants to submit, we are always looking for poetry, prose, photography, artwork, things within, like I said, within the region, but really it's open to anything.
Now, do you take work from undergraduate students at a place like Clarion that happens to be located in the region?
Oh, we sure do.
Okay, so if any Clarion students from the Penn West students from the Clarion campus happen to be watching this, there's a place for your creative work. So that was just pretty cool.
Yes, absolutely. And the way to submit is, let me get the watershedjournal.org/submit is the way to share your work with us. So, yeah, we hope that you will.
I will definitely add that to our comments.
Oh, great.
So it's
watershed.org/submit.
I think the Watershed.
Yeah, thewatershedjournal.org/submit.
I've added it to our comment section. So one of the reasons we thought we would have you on the show was, it's getting to be the holiday season, as your store represents. And what a better gift to give people than either books by local authors or books by other authors, but also maybe a gift certificate to this fine bookstore to get more people to come in. And it should, people should know too that Brookville, especially like there on Main Street where you are, there's all kinds of cool shops there and things that people can do. So even if the destination might start out as the Watershed bookstore, there's definitely places. There's a cool vintage store there. There's a great museum not far from there that my students at Penn West California have been to and found absolutely fascinating. So, and there's a haunted bed and breakfast up the street, and there's all
Everything's
kinds.
haunted in Brookville. Everything's haunted
That should be the slogan. Everything's
Yeah.
haunted in
in
Brookville.
the best way.
In all the best ways. And so I'm hoping that people will see this, and maybe if they haven't had a chance to stop by the new location, that this will get them in. And and I
Oh,
know that you're open to people just dropping by and having
so
reading or just spending the day chilling out at the bookstore. So we encourage people to go. Damien, what were you going to say?
well, I just realized maybe we should tell people the location of the bookstore
That's a great idea.
in Brookville. Where is the bookstore?
269 Main Street, Brookville.
All right,
In beautiful
269
historic
Main Street.
Brookville.
In historic, beautiful downtown historic.
That's
Brookville.
right.
Okay,
So
269 Main.
we do have some comments here. Karen Wyatt, who I know has been working with all of you as a volunteer, she says, "Yay, Jess in the Watershed."
Yay, Karen. Karen's a board member for the Watershed Journal and just a powerhouse of a supporter, donating the best books to us here and always showing up to volunteer and help out. And she's amazing.
Excellent.
Cool.
And
Now,
I'm sorry, Damon?
I'm sorry. My background in marketing is really kind of coming to the fore here. Could we tell people the hours of the bookstore?
Oh, we sure can. So you can find us here from 11 to 5 Tuesday through Saturday, and then 1 to 5 on Sunday. So we're open every day except Monday.
Okay. Thank you.
Excellent. So also Kirk, who I know that you know very well, Jess, he says that Jessica is the dynamite behind our bright creative power.
I got to tell you, no one has shown up for this location and creating this space and making it so beautiful in the way that Kirk has. I mean, he's put in so many hours, just like light fixtures, helping to install bookshelves, and he's really shown up and been like the go-to guy. So I very much appreciate it. And he's the president of our board too. So wonderful guy.
And it's not every day that you find a poet with such good, skills like that.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
And
He can fix your internet and write a poem about it.
Exactly. So is there anything else you want to add for our viewers tonight? I feel like I never have enough time to talk with you and with our friends at the Watershed.
Do you guys have any events coming up during the holiday season?
We have a slam and Christmas party that we're pretty excited about because we won that window decorating contest. And I think there's some prize money involved. And what better way to reinvest that into our mission than to throw a party for the holidays to kind of thank everybody for all the work that they've been doing and all the ways that they've been supporting us. So that's on December 22nd at 6:30. And I will expect both of you to attend.
I will put that on my calendar, seriously, because I miss all of it.
I know it's so far for you guys, but we love it whenever you can come visit.
And sometimes we stay in that haunted bed and breakfast.
Okay, I'll hook you up with the best Brookville ghosts have to offer.
Well, thank you so much, Jess, for coming on and for everything you do for writers in this region. This is not something, I think we've all learned you can't do it alone, and you have to have everybody working together towards a common goal to elevate all of us.
But I want to say I learned something else. I think the lesson is that you can do it.
Yeah.
I mean, the idea that you guys, I'm always amazed because you have this great journal you're putting out consistently, quarterly. That's 4 times a year for those of you doing math at home. And plus you've got a bookstore, you've got writing workshops, you've got people coming in, giving talks. I mean, you're doing all the right things in a place, in not a major metropolitan area. And that's the part that, yes, you can do it. And I'm always impressed that you guys are the way you're getting it done. It's just, really, really outstanding.
Well, thank you for saying that, because you're so right. I hope that it inspires other people to, whatever their passion is, whatever, yeah, there were people who were like, that's not going to work. What you're doing, and they were very well-intentioned and nice, lovely people saying, it's not going to work, but good luck trying. And we've come a long way. And it's because of the momentum and the reception and the encouragement of like this community that has been, has an appetite for stuff like this. So anybody who has a passion and wants to invite people into it and invest from there and build from there, there's room to do it.
Well, the thing I love the most about all of this is how welcome you make writers and readers feel. And that is so important, that everybody is welcome, no matter what. And I think that is just essential to creating a healthy, vibrant community, especially a community of writers. So
yeah, you guys are doing it too. I really appreciate what you do, and we're big fans here watching WANA and what you guys are putting out there. So thank you for all the work that you do. I know it's a lot of work.
yes. Well, there's more to come from all of us, I think. So thank you very much. And everybody go to the Watershed and buy some books and hang out, and certainly get your copy of the Watershed Journal and submit your work. It's there. It's an option. And we can't say enough good things. So
Nothing says Christmas like regional literature.
That's right.
Ho, ho, ho.
Shop local, read local.
There you go. All right. Thank you so much, Jess, for coming on.
Thanks
everybody for watching. We'll see you next week.
Good night, everyone.